We'll be starting with the international relations of the quarterly magazine of Forum. Now, the first news: China renames 11 locations in Arunachal Pradesh. In February of 2023, a resolution was introduced in the US Senate that recognizes McMahon Line and Arunachal Pradesh as an integral part of India. Now, about the McMahon Line serves as the de facto boundary between China, that is Tibet, and India, and the eastern sector in Arunachal Pradesh, stretching between Bhutan and Myanmar. Now, the McMahon Line was drawn during the Shimla Convention of 1914, officially described as a convention between Great Britain, China, and Tibet. This convention defines the boundary between Tibet and China and Tibet and British India. China had disputed the McMahon Line since the Communist Party came to power in 1949. China has also issued stapled visa to residents of Arunachal Pradesh instead of stamped visa, disputing India's sovereignty over the territory. Now, ICC warrant against Russian president. The International Court of Criminal Court has issued an arrest warrant against Russian President Vladimir Putin for its wife for war crimes. Now, it was created in the 1998 Rome Statute and it entered into force on 1st of July 2002. Its headquarters is in Hague, Netherlands. ICC is not part of UN. Now, principle of complementarity, it is only intended to complement existing national judicial system. It will exercise its jurisdiction only when national courts are unwilling or unable to prosecute criminals. The ICC lacks universal territorial jurisdiction and it may only investigate and prosecute crimes committed within the member states or by nationals of member states. It also investigates crimes referred to it by United Nations Security Council, and judgments are final without appeal and binding upon the parties concerned. Russia does not recognize the jurisdiction of ICC, and ICC does not conduct trials in absentia of the defendant. Now, India is not a member of ICC. Now, recently, Syria has been readmitted into the Arab League. Foreign ministers from Arab League member states have agreed to reinstate Syria's membership after its suspension of more than 10 years ago. Now, Arab League is an intergovernmental organization of the Arab states in the Middle East and Africa formed in 1945 following the adoption of Alexandria Protocol in 1944. The league has 22 members, which includes Egypt, Iraq, Jordan, Syria, Lebanon, Saudi Arabia, Syria, Yemen, Palestine Authority, among others. Brazil, Italia, India, Armenia, and Venezuela are observer countries. Iran is not a part of the Arab League. Each member of this, each member state has one vote in the Council of the Arab League. The decisions are binding only for those states that have voted for them. The league's headquarters is in Cairo, Egypt. Now, G7 summit. The Prime Minister of India attended the 49th G7 summit in Hiroshima of Japan. Now, the G7 consists of US, the UK, Germany, Japan, Italy, France, and Canada. So, G7 consists of Germany, UK, France, Canada, US, Italy, and Japan. G8 includes Russia with the G7 countries, and G20 includes the G8 countries with the addition of Turkey, Brazil, China, Australia, India, Indonesia, South Korea, European Union, Argentina, Mexico, Saudi Arabia, and South Africa. G7 was initially established to tackle the oil crisis of 1973 due to the Arab-Israel war and recession of the time. From 1998 to 2014, the group was called G8, which included Russia. Russia was expelled in 2014 after Crimea crisis. G7 launched Build Back Better World in 2021 as an alternative to China's OBOR. Now, peacekeeping missions. The UN has observed 75th anniversary of its peacekeeping missions. India at UN peacekeeping mission. It is one of the largest troop contributing countries with a history of deploying soldiers, medical personnel, engineers to various peacekeeping missions across the world. India has contributed approximately 275,000 troops to the peacekeeping missions and has suffered 179 Indian soldiers' casualty. The UN Peacekeeping Force (UNPKF) UN Peacekeeping Forces was created in 1948. They are often referred to as Blue Beret or Blue Helmet. The purpose is to provide security, political, and peace building support to countries under conflict. They help countries make transition from conflict to peace. The principles are three basic in nature, like they are consent, impartiality, non use of force except in self defense and in the defense of the mandate. Authorization. Now, every peacekeeping mission is authorized by the UNSC, that is United Nations Security Council. Now, contributions. Member state contribute manpower on a voluntary basis, and the funding is provided. The member states have a legal obligation to pay for the funding. Now, comprehensive and progressive agreement on Trans-Pacific Partnership. The UK has agreed to join the Comprehensive and Progressive Agreement for Trans-Pacific Partnership. It is a free trade agreement between 11 countries that are Australia, Brunei, Darussalam, Canada, Chile, Japan, Malaysia, Mexico, Peru, New Zealand, Singapore, and Vietnam. The UK will become the 12th member and the first to join the partnership since its inception. It was signed in 2018 in Santiago, Chile. The agreement evolved from the Trans-Pacific Partnership, which was never ratified due to the withdrawal of United States. India is not a member of CPTPP. Now, Asian Development Bank. The Asian Development Bank has launched its 2023-27 country partnership strategy for India. Now, about ADB, it is a regional development bank established on 19th of December 1966 with an aim to promote social and economic development in Asia. Its headquarters is in Manila, Philippines. Now, members, it has 67 members, out of which 48 are from within Asia and Pacific, and 19 are from outside. India is a founding member of ADB. Japan and US hold the largest proportion of shares in ADB, followed by China, India, and Australia. It is also an official UN observer. Now, China's gradual approach to Taiwan, the Silkwa meeting strategy. Recent events have drawn attention to China's strategic approach towards Taiwan, often described as Silkwa meeting. Silkwa meeting strategy refers to the tactic of gradual gaining influence or control over another territory through a series of small incremental steps. Similarity with the salami slicing approach. Silkworm eating strategy shares similarities with the Western concept of salami slicing, coined by Hungarian politicians Mattia Rakosi. Both emphasize achieving a larger goal by taking bit-sized, seemingly innocuous actions that are difficult to individually oppose. The cumulative effect, however, can be significant and potentially shift the balance of power over time. Now, India US relationship. The Prime Minister of India completed a state visit to US. Now, some of the bilateral ties that have been announced: human space flight cooperation between ISRO and NASA, enhanced commercial collaboration in space economy, signing of Artemis Accord by India. Now, for in the defense sector, defense industrial cooperation roadmap for cooperation of advanced defense systems, GA General Electrics and HAL MOU for the manufacture of GF414 jet engines in India. Indo-US Defense Acceleration Ecosystem, that is IndusX, plan to procure General Atomic HALE UAVs. Now, semiconductors MOU and semiconductors for supply chain and innovation partnership, proposal for LAM research to train 60,000 Indian engineers, joint task force on advanced telecommunications. Now, for clean energy, Indo-US climate and clean energy agenda of 2030 to deploy clean energy at scale, cooperation in green hydrogen, solar panels, carbon capture, zero emission vehicle technologies, etc., creation of global biofuel alliance, bilateral collaboration to secure critical minerals supply chain. Now, quantum research and AI, Indo-US quantum coordination mechanism for cooperation among industry, academia, and governments. 35 joint research collaborations between National Science Foundation of US and Department of Science and Technology, India. Now, strategic convergence, support from UN reforms and India's permanent membership of UNSC, recommendations to empower Quad for global and peace in Indo-Pacific, resolve to counter global terrorism, long-term partnership between I2U2, commitment to open secure internet and cooperation on cybersecurity, affirmation of shared democratic values. Now, current status of India-US relationship, trade and investment, bilateral trade stood at $129 billion in 22-23. US is India's largest trade partner. India has trade surplus with US investment FDI worth $60 billion between April 2000 to March 2023. It is third largest in value. Now, bilateral mechanism, annual 2 plus 2 dialogue between defense and external affairs ministers on key bilateral, regional, and global issues. For defense, we have the Defense and Technology Trade Initiative, three foundational agreements, that is Logistics Support Agreement, Communications Interoperability and Security Memorandum Agreement, SISMOA, and Basic Exchange and Cooperative Agreement for Geospatial Cooperation, BECA. Regular exercise between the armed forces like Yuddha Abhyas, Malabar, Vajra Prahar, etc. Multilateral cooperation, cooperation through multilateral groupings like Quad, IPEF, I2U2 among others. Now, places in news. Hafia Port. Hafia Port is in the northern Israel along the Mediterranean Sea. It is a natural deep water harbor which operates all year long. It is the second largest port in Israel in terms of shipping containers. Israel Foreign Minister has announced that Arab train network in future would be carrying Indian goods to Hafia Port in Israel. So here is the Hafia Port. Now, Khartoum, India has begun Operation Kaveri to evacuate 4,000 nationals currently stranded in Khartoum and other parts of Sudan. on Don, Prizonsky, whatever, he's dead. Leader of Wagner Group declared control of Rostov-on-Don, a major city in southwestern Russia. Now, about the Wagner Group. The Wagner Group emerged during the Russia's annexation of Crimea in 2014. It functions as a network of contractors providing mercenaries for various purposes. The group lacks official registration and maintains an undisclosed source of funding. Now, volcanoes on news. Mayon volcano, located in Albay province of Philippines on the eastern side of Luzon Island. Fijo volcano of Guatemala. Kilao volcano of Hawaii. Now to the point, exit engagement evening by ICCR, that is Indian Council for Cultural Relations. It aims to expand India's artistic and creative footprint globally by tapping into the experiences of foreign students studying in India. The European Free Trade Association and Indian delegates have met to discuss on a trade and economic partnership agreement. It is a group of 4 countries. So, European Free Trade Association is a group of 4 countries: Iceland, Liechtenstein, whatever it is, Norway, and Switzerland. It is a regional trade organization. Now, Washington Declaration. The US and South Korea signed a Washington Declaration on 70th anniversary of US-South Korea bilateral relationships. The declaration outlines cooperation towards nuclear deterrence strategy. Now, some of India's evacuations mission. Mission Kaveri from Sudan 2023, Ganga from Ukraine 2022, Devi Shakti from Afghanistan 2021, Rahat from Yemen 2015, Safe Homecoming from Libya 2011, Sukoon from Lebanon 2006. Now, INS Kirpan, India gifted indigenously built in-service missile corvette INS Kirpan to Vietnam. It is a Khurki class missile corvette and was commissioned into the Navy in 1991. Russia-Belarus nuclear deal. Russia-Belarus have signed a deal to deploy Russia's tactical nuclear weapons on Belarusian territory. Good Friday Agreement, that is the Belfast Agreement. The US President visited the capital of Northern Ireland, Belfast, to mark the 25th anniversary of Good Friday Agreement. The agreement was designed to bring an end to the 30 years of violent conflict in Northern Ireland. Northern Ireland was created in 1921 and remained a part of UK when the rest of Ireland became independent state. Extended facility, the IMF has cleared 3 billion extended fund facility for Sri Lanka. The purpose of extended fund facility is to aid countries experiencing serious balance payment imbalances because of structural impediments or slow growth and inherently weak balance of payment position. EFF has comprehensive programs with a focus on policies needed to correct the structural imbalances. Now, Finland has become the 31st member of NATO. Sweden is awaited to join the NATO. Nepal Prime Minister visit to India. A new petroleum pipeline will be constructed from Siliguri to Jhapa in eastern Nepal. Development of Fukot Karnal Lee hydroelectric project and inauguration of integrated checkposts at Nepalganj, Nepal and Rupidia in UP, India. Now, the Innovative Finance Facility for Climate in Asia and Pacific, IFCAP, it is a multilateral climate finance facility launched by Asian Development Bank in May of 2023. It aims to accelerate climate action in Asia and Pacific region by mobilizing additional financial resources for climate friendly projects. The facility is supported by initial contribution from Denmark, Japan, Korea, Sweden, UK and US. Now, India-Egypt, both nations have elevated the bilateral relationship into a strategic partnership. PM Narendra Modi was conferred the Order of Nile, which is Egypt's highest award. PM also visited 11th century Al Hakim Mosque, restored with the help of Dawoodi Bohra community in India. Now, Universal Postal Union, founded in 1874, it is the second oldest international organization in the world, headquarters in Bern, Switzerland. Membership, it's 129 member countries including India. Asia and Pacific Plant Protection Commission selected India to chair its integrated pest management committee. It was founded in 1956. APPC is an intergovernmental regional organization working under FAO, that is Food and Agriculture Organization of United Nations. APPC has 25 member countries including India. Now, Combined Maritime Force, United Arab Emirates has withdrawn from its participation in the Combined Maritime Force. It is a multinational naval partnership headquarters in Bahrain. India is a member. It works to combat drug trafficking and illegal smuggling, suppressing piracy and safeguarding key shipping lanes. That'll be all for this video. Thank you.